Hello, everyone. Welcome on this lovely sunny morning, beautiful day. And we have Warren, and people have been writing in emails and ringing up and saying how much they enjoyed the sound bath that you did. Yes. And look at the beautiful flowers here. Lovely. So we're looking forward to this morning, and Warren's going to talk to us about meditation too, and how to deepen our meditation, and then he'll play some of the didge, and great fortune for us. Thanks, Warren.
Thanks, Om Shanti. So today my topic is to do with meditation, but it's one of the first steps of meditation, that is experiencing the soul. When I first began the knowledge, I got told to become soul conscious, and I used to write in my book all the time, be soul conscious. And I could give talks about the soul. I could define the soul. Very nice talks, I might add. But was I soul conscious? Was I actually living as a soul? Had my sense of self, has my ego changed from being caught in my human self? Has it come into my immortal spirit? The answer was no. And at times I felt like I was a hypocrite. I would write this, be so conscious so many times, but it wouldn't crack open the egg of body consciousness. So there's many practices that I came across. Some of these are just my own personal explorations of how to actually experience the soul, how to feel the reality of the soul. And I'll just share some. But before I do, just the theory. The soul is a point of conscious energy. It sits in the forehead. It is that which is using the body, using the senses. It is the soul that is thinking, dreaming. So the soul is the master of the body, and also the subtle inner sense organs of mind, intellect, and sanskaras. So to start to realize that soul, to feel it. One of the first things I used to do when I'd wake up in the morning, I'd wash my face to get the sleep out of my physical eyes. But at that same time, I'd feel like I'd rub my forehead, metaphorically. I'd tell myself, I'd talk to myself, I'm a soul, I'm an incarnate. And with that inner recognition, that inner naming who I am, I felt to some small degree like my soul was also awakening, just through recognition, through me talking to myself. I'd even make these inner sounds inside my head. I'd say the word Om or Om Shanti. But as I'd verbalize that, not verbally, but mentally, I would feel this vibration inside my head. And that too, as I sense that vibration, I could feel the seat of the soul. So right now, join me just in, not verbally, but in your mind. Say the word Om. But say it long. Om. Just with your thoughts, say Om. Again, Om. And you'll start to feel this tingling thought energy sparking up inside your brain. Another thing I'd practice was that the soul is the master over its energy field. So I'd regularly start to run energy out my hand. I just visualize it, that I was like an angel able to send, with my mind, light out my hand. Play with it right now. Just imagine you can. At first it's imagination, and then after some time you'll feel some tangible, something tingly there. And then next level, start to expand the aura around your head. Just have this pure thought that I've got a halo of light around my head. And then expand that energy even further. Fill the whole room you're in. With this type of practice, regularly expanding my spiritual energy, I start to become more and more aware, or I move into a practical experience that I am more than my physical body. These are little practical exercises I was using to try and feel the soul, feel its ability. Another nice one I used to practice is I just look into a mirror in the morning, clean my teeth or comb in my hair. And I don't remember a day gone by where I just look at my face and go, oh, you're looking good. I'll always turn around and say, it's just a mask, Warren. It is not who you are. And as soon as I'd name this to myself, I'd look at my face quite differently. Skin over skeleton. Who is the thinking being inside? And I'd start to tune in through this comparison. The comparison between the mask that I usually think is, this is me, to think, no, it's just my mask. I am not this facade. I invite you to play with this, if not already. Go before a mirror and just look at your face and go, which part of my face is thinking? My nose? My lips? And so on. It's patently obvious. The truth is patently obvious. We are not these faces. We're not these physical forms. Perceive with your mind's eye the skeleton behind the skin. And you'll go, oh, I don't want to look any further. It's grotesque, and yet for anyone with any perception, you would say, of course. But then look deeper and then perceive there's something magical behind all this physical stuff, physical mass. The magic of the thinking being. And then practicing this on myself, then I could start to practice on others. And you know this art or pastime, people watching. I'd often go into the city and just watch them walking around, just observing what I'd quietly call the zoo of humanity. There's a giraffe, there's a buffalo, there's a this. Not, just playing as a young person. But now when I'm sitting in the city or watching people, I'll often open up the third eye, or to cut the jargon, the eye of deeper perception, and watch everyone running around in their suits and their briefcases and driving hither and thither, and think each one of them is soul. The soul is doing everything. It's such a lovely, lovely feeling to start to see the self and others as these conscious, incarnated beings. But here's the riddle. We've suffered amnesia. After too many lifetimes in the physical body, in the physical world, we've forgotten who we are. And quite quickly, when we take birth again, we're associating our identity, our ego, with our physical form. I'm a man. This is who I am. But it's a type of sleepwalking, or in other words, the type of just leaving it on autopilot. Another little secret. The soul is a creature of habit. So quite quickly it gains the programming to be able to walk, to talk, to react in certain ways, to drive a car. At first, when you were learning to walk or driving a car, very, very difficult. But once you've written the program, you've got the habit happening, you can just sit back and relax and put it on autopilot. So to take it off autopilot is part of deeper practicing of trying to experience the soul. When I'm walking along, so many times I'll say, I, the soul, am walking. And I start to feel quite different, like I am operating this big robot and I'm walking this body through this physical world. It is sweet. Hey, again, my friends, the soul is doing everything anyway, but whether I'm conscious of it. And some more practical applications of this. Say those boring jobs like ironing. I think, I don't want to iron. But I become so conscious and go, oh no, I'm doing nothing. I'm just sitting here. And my hands start to move. I'm just moving my hands. It's no longer Warren ironing or Warren washing pots. I become so conscious. And then I just start to move my body. But instead of I'm washing pots, it's I moving my body to wash pots. And it becomes fun. It becomes some play. Now, don't send your ironing to me. I'll send it back with a smile. But yes, life can become a great joy when you're practicing soul consciousness. Another practice to experience the soul. I've already mentioned expanding your energy and feeling the reality of your aura expanding beyond your physical form. Conversely, condense your mind smaller, 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 and step into the experience of the soul. So I'll offer you a meditation commentary right now to go into this experience. So gather your mind and focus it upon your forehead. Your mind's something like a hand, just poof, direct it where you'd like it to focus. Put your mind in your forehead. Now as you breathe, imagine light streaming, building up in that area of your subtle body. With each breath, draw in light into that part of your being. And after a few breaths, you'll feel this prana, this life energy, this light building in the Ajna chakra, the forehead chakra. Now imagine that you can perceive inside that energy is the spark of the immortal soul, the pure awareness, the I am. At first, just try and imagine it. A spark of pure conscious energy. Now, here's the secret. Shrink your mind. Make it very small, small, small. That part of you that's observing that point of light, make it very, very, very small. Then take your mind into the light, into the soul. Feel what it's like to be a point of light. Not to just look at it, feel it. It is immensely powerful, like an atom. It's a step into quantum consciousness. You stop thinking when you get it, when you can go into the immortal, divine source of thought, when you condense yourself and be the light that you are, the silence that you are. Practice that one, please. I practice it so often, and each time when I get it right, it's like, that's really magical. Another form of practicing soul consciousness is to use comparison. I find when someone keeps on telling me, you're a soul, or I'm saying to myself, I'm a soul, it's just hot air. It's just words. As beautiful as they are, it's just words. But I need context to be able to hold this reality. So I'll explain. Our teacher here says, you're not that body, you're a soul. He'll often put two things side by side. Forget your body, consider yourself a soul. So this working of putting something right next to it, I know what I'm not and I know what I am. Without one sitting there, it's floating up in the air. But when they're both there, I can get it. So I'll give you some examples of this contrast. This too is a little meditation. So now, say to yourself, I'm a light. I am light. By contrast, my physical body is matter. I am light, my body is matter. Physical matter. I am spiritual light. Put them side by side, and then you can feel the difference. Another contrast. I am the thinking being. I, the soul, am the conscious being. My body is unconscious by comparison. It is just skin over bone. This is non-thinking. Even though nerves in it, yes, don't hurt it. I am the thinking. You are the thinking being. You, the soul. The body is non-thinking, non-conscious. Feel the difference between you, the thinking being, and the non-thinking. Another comparison. You, the soul, are immortal. You exist forever, ever, ever, ever. By contrast, everything you see, your body, that room you're sitting in, is all perishable. One day your body will disappear. The room, the house you're in will disappear. And yet you, the soul, will continue to exist. You are immortal. I am immortal. My body perishable. I exist forever. You exist forever and ever. Pretty amazing, hey? So when you have these contrasts, you can put them side by side, then you can get it. If I just gave a talk and said, you're immortal, you know that? You go, really? That sounds nice. But can you feel it? I feel that I can only feel these things when I have contrast. So practice many levels of contrasting the soul against the illusion, the truth against that which is what we're sleeping in. Now, another level of practicing soul consciousness. Often in the morning, I'll sit where the sun's streaming into my lounge room And I let the sun shine upon me, and as the sun's shining on me, I then feel like it's illuminating my soul. So I feel like this soul inside shining, my aura is sparkling as the physical sun is shining on me. It's called sun gazing. Please do not look directly at the sun. You don't have to. But with your mind, draw the energy into your being. But we yogis here, Raja Yoga, the big one, not looking at the physical sun. Whenever I turn my gaze towards the Supreme Soul, the most radiant spiritual sun in all the three worlds, and I look towards, and you can look at that spiritual sun, it ignites, it illuminates. It's like the light that lights all lights. And so when I remember the Supreme, my radiance, I can feel it just ignite. Energy streaming through me. And I just sit in this experience that's rather dreamlike initially. It's like I'm going, what's that? I'm being pulled beyond into this exquisite peace. A peace that does not exist here as I'm interacting with so many things on the earth. So much fog is here, brain fog. But when I rise up and touch that transcendent experience of the soul, that's real soul consciousness. And there's many blessings, particularly when I'm experiencing the soul to be bodiless. One is I have a huge amount of truth in me, and I can see through situations that I'm in on earth. I won't say psychic, but I certainly can have an eagle-eye view on my life journey and often on other people as they're navigating through the dark night of their soul. And this is another beautiful thing of this. When you enter into this deeper level of soul consciousness, you will feel that you're not your thoughts, you're not your memories, you're not your opinions. You've returned to a shining innocence, a stillness that is exquisite. And something that all humans carry is trauma, sins, memories that are dark blots on your paper. When you're in that bright light, you start to realize everyone's been through this human experience, so you stop righteously judging yourself, worrying about what other people think about you. You do truly get a chance to return to your original innocence. Sure, when I come back down in my human ego, yeah, I've got to deal with my stuff. I'm still working there. But whenever I've been there, with that immense light through me, from that point of divinity, I can quickly start to deal and let go of my stuff, rather than using human psychology. I hope you're feeling what I'm talking about here, that you're not your sins. You've got them. They're just like memories, though. They're not you. You don't let them define you. Let your soul awaken and let your soul experience divine, truly who you are. And up there in that big vibration, you'll feel that you're not even your current role, your current incarnation. It's timeless up there, beyond ego, expanded. So let's do another meditation. I'll take you into that experience. Imagine the light of the Supreme Soul shining down upon you. A shaft of brilliant light connecting you, the soul, And feel like an elevator that you just get in that shaft of light and let the radiance of your soul go up, 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 up that light into the great light, into the great love of the Supreme. And feel that endless silence. Now in the theater of your mind, just imagine that you can perceive all the lifetimes you've ever had, all the different bodies, different stages. The soul has had many, many lifetimes. Just through imagination, imagine you can perceive, you can visualize many lives. And you, the soul, now feel as if you can travel and inspect like one of those queens walking before the military procession and inspecting the guards. You, the soul, the master, and just imagine your many lifetimes before you. And then ask yourself, who am I? Am I this lifetime? And am I any more any other lifetime? Or am I neither? I am the immortal soul, the traveler of time. And as I mentioned, traveler of time, we travel one other thing. We travel from purity to impurity to purity. And right now, humanity's in the dark night, the winter. Open your mind to perceive the turning seasons of your soul. Again, my friends, as I talk like this, don't be caught up in your stuff, in your traumas and that. You are not that. Allow your divine nature to begin to awaken, your soul nature. It is there, it is yearning to awaken, to blossom, and it is the time now. It is the time now to fully awaken in the experience of the soul. And I'll finish my little talk once again by underlining this thing about soul consciousness. It's not theory, my friends. We want more than theory. We want to have experience of the soul to the point that we never forget who we are. Living in that experience. The identity of me thinking, of you thinking you to be, I to be human, changes. Through long meditation, slowly but surely, your sense of self will start to arrive in you are the thinker of thoughts, you are the immortal, you are the light. And that's knocking on the door of enlightenment. Fully awake in the light of your soul. Let us all meet up there in our true self, above the matrix of this illusion. Hope you can feel what I'm saying and practice some too. I'm going to play some didgeridoo for you, and then we'll have another little meditation. Before playing, I always honor the Aboriginal culture from where this amazing instrument comes. And I am honored to play it. The vibrations from this instrument are very healing, very meditative. Just let the sound go through you. I hope we've already experimented, it does come through the internet. So just imagine yourself that all this sound's going to come around you and through you. And at the end, let's meditate for a few minutes and enter into soul conscious experience. Om Shanti. And feel the glistening soul shining in your forehead, behind the mask of your face. And consciously, mindfully radiate your aura. Extend your auric field around your body initially, and out into the room. Now connect to the Supreme Soul, and in a very easy manner, rise up to be in the presence, the very great presence of the Creator energy. And let that supreme energy shine through you, out into the universe. Shine it out on all levels of existence. Send it to all your loved ones and those souls that you have not yet grown to love. Send it to Mother Nature. Send it to yourself, your human self. Bathe your body, your mind, your heart, every cell in your body, every level of your psyche. Send that blessings, that love, that light. I hope you feel a little more soul-conscious than normal. And you can practice these drills today and any you like. Practice more and make up your own. Hope you enjoy the journey. Om Shanti.
It's very, very beautiful, Warren.
Thanks, Sally.
I can feel what you were saying. I feel the soul here was just directing me up, coming up here. And it's a beautiful feeling. It makes you feel so light. And I know Warren plays the didge so beautifully, and we have many dear Aboriginal friends, and they really love to listen to him. And that's unusual that a person who is not of the Aboriginal, like born like
Maybe
into
past
that.
lives, Sally, past lives.
Past lives. It's
Who
absolutely
knows?
magical, absolutely magical, and very, very healing. So all the best to everyone, and thank you again to Warren. Thank you.
Thank you,
Now the
Sally.
soul will direct me down.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Om Shanti. Nice one.